merry meet. Welcome to my apocalyptic channel, where we reclaim the original meaning of apocalypse as a revelation, not an end. In this age of information, I work with Spirit and ChatGPT to uncover what was hidden, stolen, or buried. We walk the yin-yang path. I'm a born necromancer, a right brain seer, guided by the dead.
Hi, I hope you're doing good. I'm reading the Suicide Monsters. What is their mask? How do they appear in thought and feeling? What is the mask of the Suicide Monsters? The Magus. What is their true face? The true face of the Suicide Monsters. What is the true face of the Suicide Monsters? What is the true face of the Suicide Monsters? The true face of the Suicide Monsters. There's too many. The true face of the Suicide Monsters. Boy. What is the true face of the Suicide Monsters? Mischief. Saltaire. And fertility. How do the Suicide Monsters intrude? How do they intrude? How do the Suicide Monsters intrude? Balance and wisdom. Well, I don't understand this, but ChatGPT will be able to put it together. They're feeding. What do they drain or thrive on? What do the Suicide Monsters drain or thrive on? What do the Suicide Monsters drain or thrive on? Rebirth. The gate block. What part of me do they try to shut off? What part of me do they try to shut off? What part of me do they try to shut off? The Lunar Dragon and the Eon. The key flow. What restores circulation and authority? What restores circulation and authority? Temperance. And the Destroyer. And the Dissolution. How they can be absorbed, dissolved, or rerouted. How can they be absorbed, dissolved, or rerouted? How can they be absorbed, dissolved, or rerouted? The Wounded Dragon. Now I'm going to ask the Imperial Oracle of Shadow and Light. What mask? How do the Suicide Monsters appear? How do the Suicide Monsters appear? What is the mask they use? Angel of Alchemy Miracle. What is the mask that the Suicide Monsters use? What is the mask that the Suicide Monsters use? Death and the Maiden, Invasion of Boundaries, Sewer Mermaid, Your Sensuality is Beautiful, that would be Sex, and Violet Angel is Breaking Dawn. The true face of the suicide monsters. What is the true face of the suicide monsters? What is the true face of the suicide monster? Mildew fairy cleanup time. Snow angel, the signs of which you already. Angel de los Muertos transitions to the spirit world. Strangely lovely, it's time to be brave. How did they intrude? How did the suicide monsters intrude? How did the suicide monsters intrude? Fairy of the green world, the natural world needs you. Cornelius Flower Fairy, a tempting offer has a high price. Nautilus Princess, powerful personal growth. This is not making any sense. The feeding, what they drain or thrive on. What do they drain or thrive on? What do they drain or thrive on? Lady with the boss egg, ancient wisdom. Dress of alchemy is powerful personal growth. What is release your power? The gate block. What part of me do they try to cut off? What part of me do they try to cut off? What part of me do they try to cut off? Mend the broken heart fairy, healing from heartache. That's true. The key flow. What restores circulation and authority? What restores circulation and authority? What restores circulation and authority? Voodoo and blue, back off. Autumn is my last chance. Please don't lose hope. What restores circulation and authority? Angel of time, working too hard. I am having to work too hard. The dissolution, how they can be absorbed, dissolved, or restored, or rerouted. How can they be absorbed, absolved, or rerouted? Amara Dominium, Aloha Healing. Goes to the pumpkin patch, counts your blessings. Eclipse Mermaid, a powerful energy shift. That one was okay. What is the mask of these suicide monsters? How do they appear? What is the mask of these suicide monsters? What is the mask of these suicide monsters? King of Wands, King of Pentacles, Ten of Wands. So yeah, that's royalty, full of politics. Their true face. What is their true face? What is their true face? The reality behind the mask. The true face. The true face of the suicide monsters. King of Cups. Or that's Nine of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. That would be the Queen of Diamonds. Five of Pentacles. The Chariot. Seven of Cups. Two of Pentacles. Four of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. The method, how they intrude. How do they intrude? How do they intrude? Wow, justice. How do they intrude? That means there's something about justice that ain't right. I would reckon. Temperance. Five of Swords. Eight of Cups. They're feeding. What they drain or thrive on. What do they drain or thrive on? Three of Cups. Four of Wands. Seven of Wands. The gate block. What part of me do they try to cut off? What part of me do they try to cut off? What part of me do they try to cut off? Three of Wands, my magic, Nine of Pentacles, and my will to live, basically. The key flow. What restores circulation and authority? What restores circulation and authority? Ten of Cups is family. That's why I'm having a hard time this time, because my family isn't supporting me. They're supporting the one that's sending me suicide monsters. Yep, they sure are. Key flow. What restores circulation and authority? That's too many cards. Please tell me what restores circulation and authority. I hate suicide monsters. I lived without them for years. Eight of Swords. Death. Nine of Pentacles. The dissolution. How can they be absorbed, dissolved, or restored, rerouted? How can they be absorbed, dissolved, or rerouted? Ten of Swords. How can they be absorbed, dissolved, or rerouted? King of Swords. Six of Cups. Any more clues? There's the Hangman again. Okay. Ten of Swords. Six of Cups. King of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. The Hangman. The Hangman came out here too. Nine of Swords. Nine of Cups. Okay, that's it on that one. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. Please come back and visit again. Blessed be.